headshot.
Waduh,
And
Rossi.
T1 will walk away with the pistol round win.
Yeah, a great hold here from
Telat
T1.
mulai.
This was a really challenging retake that they had to defend. Good job there clearing screens, kind of identifying that Devi was more or less likely pretty alone there. They didn't get a lot of contact other than the sheriff shots that got the opening kill. So they're able to overstack that angle, take him down. And PRX, coming from spawn, is pretty well identified and pretty well handled here. So potential tricky retake that T1 is able to scrape by with. Some fancy footwork and shooting from Rossi. It's gonna get him over the line, and now you're able to get a few extra guns, and yep, Saya player with the Marshall finds Forsaken.
Down from a walkabout as that Nebula does go down. Execute for the vote. Bunyet ends something into the ground. One kill traded back, but weapon not able to be safely recovered, so Mindfreak just has to leave it on the ground. By just checking to see if anyone got this lurk forward up over onto his ramp. Nothing spotted. The T1 at the moment, the entire map is their playground. They can go where they please.
I really like the way that T1 is approaching this. Immediately, when they see the triple duelist come out, it's a pump of the brakes across both the pistol and this round. They're not going to overcommit to anything. They're not going to give those duelists the ability to pop off for PRX. We know they're capable of it. Really take your time. Really get your information in hand before you make your decisions. And this is really, really nice to see from T1 early. Carpe doing a good job leading them so far. Nobody available for the defense on PRX's side here on the B site. Mindfreak's going to try to make a wide wrap around through Ramen. Devi with the
30
sheriff.
seconds left.
Making his way
Mindfreak.
through mid.
There.
Contact.
Mindfreak trying to see if he can get any inkling of damage down here, but now the snake bite very much is going to be stopping him from pushing forward. And Rossi holding this position wisely again stops Mindfreak from being able to get that weapon that had been dropped earlier on. Devi with another nice headshot though.
Gila.
Taking down Izu,
Devi.
making this a little bit more costly for the side of T1. Currently in a decent spot if side player can upgrade the Marshall. Anything more than that would still be a pretty costly anti-eco for them. So T1 not going on the hunt, not going to be thirsting for kills. It's going to be sat back, but Carpe getting out of this spot. It proved to be mildly difficult. Going to start drifting around, away, and it looks like Divine not going to be swinging out wide enough to actually get the punish. So T1 should be able to exit. Maybe Mindfreak able to pick up something here as they turn their sights now over to stairs.
Last player standing.
Mild distraction as side player dashes across, and Carpe will be able to collect the two. T1 now 2-0 start as we get ready to go into the bonus.
So far, so good for this T1 squad. Now, you do have to anticipate that for PRX, you know, with triple duelist, that the attacker side is where they're going to be looking to do most of their damage. That is nasty, Carpe. Hit a lot of heads with that Bulldog spray. Really nicely done. And already on round 3, the operator is going to be found for Saya player. So a big piece of weaponry going to be available. Something thinking about a bit of a mid
salah
peek.
judul lagi.
It's another 3-man stack here. Play for the orb. Be able to feed it over to Monyet, get him closer to that showstopper. There's a lot of T1 waiting. Again, they're expecting aggression. You got to imagine with this triple
Let's
duelist
go,
comp, that
PRX.
PRX
Let's
is
go.
looking to find favorable fights, overstacked fights, and try to claim victories that way. Again, so far so good for T1. I really like the patience. I really like the discipline we're seeing. This early operator could be very, very challenging for PRX to deal with.
Trailblazer once again. For to scout out through fence, swinging on the operator, and only a little bit of damage could be found, but Carpe can go ahead and put a little bandage on that one for Saya player. Right back up to 100. Kill
Makan udah semua kan.
taken here for the side of T1 as they look to convert the bonus. Isu swinging into the corner, and Monyet, yeah, just getting dinked right through the corner of the wall. Mindfreak still taking forward spot, and not. Drag that spray across. He gets taken down, and things looking very dire here for the side of PRX, who are going to have to call for the save already.
30 seconds left.
It's starting to feel a little bit like the start we saw from PRX against Gen G, where it was a little bit slow, a little bit off. Doesn't seem like the pace and the feeling, the normal PRX style, the W gaming style is quite there yet. For now, might just have to be a save here for Devi and Forsaken. However, Rossi knows it, wants to go on the hunt, see if he can steal some extra guns away from PRX.
Back up, scouting around the back side. We'll see if he's going to end up clashing here with him. maybe too far outside of the box as far as where PRX would be positioned.
It's that pistol round back in his mind. He's like, they did this last time. They came all the way through spawn.
Ping coming down. Checking around, nothing noted here. In the end, will be Devi and Forsaken holding on to their weapons, but T1 converting that bonus to move up 3-1 nice and early. PRX with the timer stopped. That might be the intervention coming through here from Alex.
Yeah, and it's just a good hold in garage, and then a nice push-up for Saya player, able to outduel Ilya. And then I like this move by Mindfreak. He gets ahead of the Sky Flash, expecting it to come. He just can't get his spray down in time, so it's not a bad idea at all. Just doesn't quite pay off as you would normally expect. And yeah, already
Time dari PRX.
gonna have to see if they can get their heads on straight. But this is, how many times have we seen this Achilleos where PRX starts out a little bit slow, and you're thinking, oh boy, maybe they just don't have it today, and then they just start to pick it up until they're just an immovable object.
Well, this season once so far, but maybe twice.
Yeah.
Come off the backside of this one, but yeah, no, historically, you know, the timeout calls here from Alex, typically very much on point on when they will find the most amount of value. But this is very different territory. But then again, it was different territory that we saw from PRX in their series versus Gen G, where they ran a no duelist composition. So
yeah,
it's kind of inverting things a little bit here. Might not be 5, but with the way that these guys like to play, it may as well be. See if it's going to work out, though.
The tough part here for PRX.
Yeah,
why not? I knew you'd appreciate that. I think the tough part here for PRX on their defender side is, of course, lack of ability to get information as well, right? Like, you don't have a lot of util that's going to go out and get you much info, sort of Forsaken on the Yoru, and that's about it. So otherwise, you have to rely on contact. You have to play off of that. And T1 has done a masterful job so far of not giving up a lot of information, not giving up any free kills. Everything's been really disciplined from them, as we've come to kind of expect with this new iteration of T1 ever since the AVL. They felt really stable, really solid, and you're seeing it once again here today.
The setup, but I'm not sure if Izu is going to fall for the bait here. Grab the orb, send out those stinger shots from Mindfreak after the orb is taken, making them think, okay, it's just little old me here, the Raze. Holding a stinger, definitely not around the corner with the Bucky in hand.
Never. Oh, Yoru just sent his TP into there as well.
Okay. Forsaken just swinging in, finds one. And yep, now, I mean, even identifying what weapons around the corner, you can see T1, they don't want to try to play into it. Wait out for a little bit longer here. Boombot's still in the back pocket of Monyet, can use that to scout and guarantee that there's still some presence outside of the garage. Rossi not quite catching that something had been positioned there in mid, so he gets drifted back over into mail towards safety as the smoke comes down.
30 seconds
Mindfreak just
left.
trying to cover as Monyet holds the corner. T1 now have to be wary about this. Every single corner that they go to push into, they have to suspect that there's going to be a Bucky around it, but as the Boombot will identify, they now know where he's positioned. There's the jump forward, a couple shots going in. Izu, I think he might have been mid-air actually. But Forsaken just has them all lined up, one after the other. Picks up 2 more kills to finish the round and get PRX on the board.
Yeah, and you're seeing some good adjustments here where PRX spreading the map a little bit, having Forsaken with that gate crash all the way on the other side of the map, able to come over and help Monyet. His whole play there is, I'm going to make contact with somebody on the other side, on A's side here. He got the kill, and then he TPs right over to help Monyet out, to set up this angle. You know, allow the Bucky to hold the corner, and he can hold the long side. He does a great job with it. Now he's got a dimensional drift for his troubles. Once again, a bit of a mid-attempted setup, but a fast hit here, potentially from Izu. Maybe just gaining space initially.
A fast jump across. There's the flash, turns away from that one. Izu, surprised them both, managing to take down Forsaken and something. Now the showstopper into play. Looking for a target. Everybody evacuating from the site. Devi actually slipping the net. Manages to slink right past Execurant, who's still over at main. And Monyet will finish him off. Now his own showstopper at the ready. Spots Izu for a moment. Will be able to take him down. No further mobility, no escape. Monyet very much arrives in the round. Rossi now has his work cut out for him. Low HP bars, however, so certainly is still possible for him to try to get this clutch.
He's already done it once. Gotten the last 2 kills to get him the pistol round win. He's been pretty good in these situations for T1 so far this year. Really disciplined. And plenty of time to work with on the clock. Still has 47 seconds, so that's more than enough for him to try to wait for PRX to get over patient, or over eager. Because PRX sometimes not known for their, you know, their reservedness.
30 seconds left.
Definitely not. Still just holding back. I mean, eyes not even on the spike.
Toxins going up.
Rossi,
Toxin screen
every
down.
single angle, every corner to check. He plays with just as much ambiguity here as PRX. He's going to try to sprint it over here towards
10
the B
seconds left.
site. Doesn't he think he might have just barely enough time? Right on the corner. And, oh, it's going to be so close, but I think he just missed it. No, he's got it. Never mind.
Wow.
Okay. By a fraction of a second. Now takes this forward spot. Again, HP bars here on the players of PRX. So very
One
low.
enemy
First contacts there.
remaining.
Monyet take it down to buy now. Looking to push the corner. Rossi turning away from it for a brief moment. Goes back into five.
Gila, dapat.
Will just
Gokil.
manage to spot him out. 30 HP to keep
go,
PRX afloat.
It's a brilliant attempt by Rossi. I mean, well done.
I really didn't think he had it.
I thought he would just come up short, maybe. But he got ahead of it by fractions of a second. And able to catch him off guard as well. Still had a couple snake fights there. Maybe could have used one to delay a little bit after he got the first kill, but Monyet, so tricky to deal with.
Gila.
I
Dar.
like the change of pace from T1 this time. They say, okay, you guys are playing a little bit slower. You're playing for information. He did hit it. He's right.
Increasingly more lax these days. Well, hit it indeed. Monyet with a very explosive round to very much keep PRX in this one, and now the timeout coming through. I mean, this has got to be,
Gila,
this feels
gila.
like this is record-breaking, the number of timeouts we've had in 5 rounds of play.
I was literally just thinking the same thing. I'm like, we're 5 rounds in and we're 2 timeouts deep. Like, both of these teams already trying to feel each other out because, I mean, with PRX, you have to expect the unexpected, but, you know, how much unexpectedness can you actually prepare for? Like, the triple duelist here is pretty out there, even for PRX.
There are far too many simulations to run to adequately prepare yourself for this team. We just don't have the processing power to make it happen.
No, there's not enough quantum computing in the universe that can accurately predict what PRX wants to do.
But timeout called. T1 for now still here with this lead, but does it last? 2 Stingers coming into this one. They do have a pit, so they get themselves onto the site. Would be in a good spot, but something is going to look for some early aggression backed up here by Forsaken with the flashes up in hand. Instead, okay, trying to snipe him out of the sky.
Wow! He hit him.
Oh, that is just insane from something. And that's the line he decides to take. Now he's going to go pushing up, and Izu, what a turn. Managing to find one, turns back, takes down Forsaken as soon as Carpet gets dropped. Now he's out on top of the ramp. And he manages to get by. What is this opener from Izu?
I am blown away. This
Spike
looked like it was
planted.
going to be a couple shorty kills for sure for PRX. And instead, they're able to turn it on their heads. RT1, just great reactions from Izu. I mean, he's had some really, really great maps. Getting to see him on the Raze now, really exciting stuff from him.
There.
He's hungry. On yet at that range. Oh, he's got a pretty weak though.
Okay, wants to jump across, grabs the operator. I'm not sure. Okay, not for the sake of fighting. Is that the weapon that you want, but for the sake of saving, absolutely. So prize does get collected here. Monyet just going to be holding on to this one for dear life. To pass it back over to something, see if he can find some value going into the next round, because it seems like timeout call, very good. Izu performance, astounding in the round, frankly. And T1, they will now move up 4-2.
Well, I gotta say, I think one thing that's really encouraging for the side of T1 is you're able to react to these crazy plays that PRX really likes to do. Oh my God, what?
That's illegal!
Jeez.
You're not allowed to do that, Izu.
Oh my goodness. That is.
Gila, dia cuma
Ooh. Well,
mengira-ngira doang, langsung headshot.
They're showing that they
Gokil.
can hang in terms of mechanical ability with PRX, that's for sure. Goodness.
God, go buy a lottery ticket.
Oh. My jaw is on the ground. That is just insanity. I mean, but that's, you know, Izu said it in one of his interviews that he wants to be known as the faker of Valorant for Korea. This is
BENQ
gonna
not
be
finding
tough.
anything, but I mean, Forsaken is still here, and he's just not really giving any credence to
Wow.
the fact that Sideplay could be around the corner, and Saya takes
You
advantage
want your fighting.
monstrously. 2 kills found. Poison Orb to deny the vision here at top ramp is something otherwise would be in a decent posted position. He dodges down the boom bot, but now it's going to be the pit, the Cosmic Divide. The kitchen sink just chucked in here. T1 want to get this win. Side player, his reign of terror will come to an end.
Planted.
Something able to find his 2nd kill of the map thus far. Still wary about that
I've
potential
got your
lurk.
trail.
Back out around main, but as we know, everybody is stacked up right now inside of this pit. Push up the corner, Izu finding one. They know that something's going to be here as well, and Izu's able to flush him out. Now it's all down to Mind Freak.
enemy
Vulnerable's
remaining.
there. He finds them both. Now brings it into a 1v1, but he has to try to flush Rossi out of this pit.
So is the Paranoia. Put it towards the back of the site here to try to clear this. Oh, he's gonna miss with it.
The tap on the decay. He's got to back away from the pit for now. He just has no real great tools to
Has
try
to
to
be
find
now.
this one. The retap again. There's the spray.
Ah.
Quick adjustment. Rossi able to take him down. T1 carrying on their merry way now 5-2.
Some great reactions here from T1. Obviously, Saya able to punish the aggression of
Here.
Paper Rex outside of A main.
And they say, hey, let's use our own operator.
Yeah, why not? This is just great stuff. Just again, sort of understanding the way that Paper Rex wants to play some of these rounds, where they want to get aggressive, they want to catch you, get aggressive, they want to catch you while you're trying to set up for your executes. Instead, T1 turns it on its head, shuts it down. Saya with a Blade Storm. Viper's Pit. Blade Storm as well for something. Pit comes down into mid. So now you're going to have to really rely on Mind Freak and something to control the edges of this map. Try to keep T1 from getting any easy hits onto the site. Mind Freak, though, just with a stinger.
So they're one-way
Very-
setup.
yeah.
Oh, they're looking for the stun here as well.
Yep.
Barely managing to get out to safety. Trailblazer expiring before it rounds the corner and spots them both within the B site. Also just watching to see if there's any forward push out of this Viper's pit. Something continuing the jiggle here around ramps, but it seems like it's just going to be similar movement here from T1. Have some pressure outside of B, and then just drift through those sewers ever so quietly. Get ready to attack the A site.
I mean, something's going to have to come up huge, potentially.
Here.
He is getting some help from Monyet and Forsaken. They're making their way there. Will it be in time? Ooh, be able to dodge that.
Snappy flick on him to get there. Blade's now pulled out as side player wants to go for the entry, drops down into the cubby. Carpe in the meantime watching Forsaken out of the sight.
Strike
And something
down
rather
A.
is only going to be good for one. Carpe taken down. Mind Freak and Divide. The last two standing, and even though they just
Spike
have these
planted.
stingers, they need to kill somebody, recover a weapon, and then go for the save.
Wah, nggak
Rossi
mati.
snaps on to take him down. But they try to play this one out. 6-6-1, Rossi on the jiggle peak, able to spot him out. Mind Freak just wanting to try to isolate somebody, get a kill, find something additional here, but Saya player with the op shot will make it a team ace, and T1 will make it up to 6.
Yeah, again, they're just reacting so well. Paper Rex is trying to buy a little bit of extra time to get the reinforcements there, but Izu's so ready for it. While this is the first time Izu has played Raze here in VCT Pacific, he has played it some before. He was typically a duelist main, actually, before he came over to T1. If
Waduh,
people don't
Backlight
know,
time
you know,
lagi.
back when he was playing in the VCJ, he was often playing Jet. Sometimes Raze, but mostly Jet, so he's very comfortable. We've seen it on Yoru, right? He has played that this year.
It looked damn good.
Yes, exactly. So when you get him on the duelist, you can see he's very comfortable. He has tremendous reactions, tremendous reflexes, and it's even giving Paper Rex a hard time. And speaking of hard times, Alex is giving having one right now himself.
He's trying to keep the arms folded so he doesn't instinctively start slamming the
Yeah.
But, yeah, I mean, this is a brutal position to be in. I mean, we're talking about it during the team walkouts. I mean, this is the reigning Pacific champions right now in a single elimination playoff versus the team that finished in 3rd. Obviously, some changes and glow-ups here for T1. Looking like a much different, a much stronger team this season.
Well, now you've
Paper
got...
X want to be the ones who are dictating the pace of this game. Right
Yeah.
now, they are not.
No, exactly. And one thing that's really impressive with T1 that I want to touch on quick is the flexibility that Izu gives this team. He's played so many different agents, so many different roles, and he plays them all extremely well. Whether it be the Omen, the Yoru, the Raze now, he has been really impactful for T1. You can see just why they were so high on this pickup coming out of the offseason.
It's another big changeup, though. Haven't really gone for that many full sends here onto the B site. Now looking for it as, okay, the TP out, trying to gauge exactly where he went, but not yet. Up on top of the rafters, able to take down ASUS. It's going to be one of the pieces of the equation here taken down as the flashes. Do manage to connect on the side player there, backside, or on the carbon, I should say. Forsaken, swinging back in, managing to find him. Spike now stuck on the opposite side of the pillar. Excurate just trying to stay tucked away behind the box, stay quiet. As Rossi looks to get some space. Maybe the dash in, but the dimensional drift, as you mentioned, does come into play. Excurate now going to be taken down. That's going to be the spike. Spotted. Forsaken just chasing in. Getting that operator out of side player's hands. Seems like this timeout going to be working here for the side of PRX. There's still a long way to go to try to run this back, given that they're starting on the defending side.
There's a great little bait and switch there between Mindfreak and Monyet. Able to get out. Ooh, Rossi?
Spotted.
Rossi does a lot of damage, gets the kill.
Takes him down. I mean, any kills they
30
find.
seconds
The
left.
cash right now here for PRX is not in a good spot. So as much as they would love to just end the round right now, take that weapon out of Rossi's hands, try to deal some additional economic damage, PRX can't really afford to go on the hunt here.
Yeah, I agree. They really shouldn't be, and Rossi knows it now. He's starting to be the predator, seeking prey.
10 seconds left.
Well, Forsaken with a big round does pick up 3 kills to get PRX 3 rounds. See if that momentum can continue, because so far it's only been 2 rounds consecutively that they got prior to this. Can they go a little bit deeper? It's going to be operator back into the hands here of something once more.
Yeah, and Mindfreak there, the TP is, you know, it's hard to know exactly where he's going to go. If he's going to go up, if he's going to go into the back alley, and Monyet takes advantage of that confusion, and then it's a great 1-2 combo from Forsaken and Mindfreak with the fake out into the paranoia, able to clear the back of that site, and then that sets you up for a little bit of time to rethink things, get Forsaken his ultimate, allow him to find the rest of the players that are on this B site, isolate Saya player, take him down. Really, really nice chain of events there for PRX.
It's a bit more defaulty here from T1.
Scout destroyed.
Same setup that we've been seeing. Trailblazers to check over events. Only clear out 1, and now a gate crash back over towards screens here for Forsaken. So he's going to go rotating over, wants to try to maybe take a position stationed up in mail.
Yeah, letting loose the gate crash on his way over for sure. Got to make sure that he has the ability to flex between the 2 sites.
Saya player, slow creep up, Poison Orb for now, denying the flash, getting a catch.
Nice.
He's called back. Saya continuing to advance.
Oh my God.
Oh, the
Whoa.
oh, Forsaken, you just absolute lunatic. Monyet, however, going to get caught. Side player finding the opening kill. Backside here from Mindfreak, hits the full flash. Sends out the paranoia. TP's forward on towards sight. The swing coming in though. And he's still trying to get the smokes down, but Carpe
30
managing
seconds left.
to hound him down around the corner. Finds the elimination. And again, the investment. They have the cash to buy another operator, but might need the cash push forward to try to buy for another teammate here. Caught inside. His Excurate ends up getting taken down, but as Forsaken can't get the transfer, can't find the follow-up. Something now is just going to have to drift away back over towards the A site, op in hand.
Yeah, Forsaken with that information jump gate crash there kind of sets up Monyet, but Monyet can't convert. Saya player's ready for it. Great mental preparedness from T1 so far today for these really aggressive PRX style plays where they're jumping in and out of smokes where you maybe normally wouldn't expect, or trying little cheeky combos like that. We saw it a bit in the previous round. Worked for PRX this time around. T1 ready for it. By the time Forsaken gets back over to the site, it's already fallen apart and he has no more utility left, so makes things pretty easy here for T1. 7-3 now. Starting to get a little bit worrisome for PRX. If you can get 2 more, then I think on their attacker side, that's, again, where this comp is going to shine, if it is going to shine.
Yeah, that should be the spot. Given that you're bringing that triple duelist, having the aggression, the attack, on paper, it makes sense. But right now, in execution,
Nice.
on the defending side,
Why are you the one making dad jokes today?
wasn't even intentional. I just couldn't,
You
my brain
leaned
was,
into the paper quite a bit there. So.
my brain was slow and I couldn't think of an alternative, so I just committed to it, unfortunately. Now, something, okay, a bit of a change up, going for this peak. Knows that they've been really utilizing the sewers to try to maneuver around the map, but this time, full collection of T1 right outside of A main.
But look at how much information and space PRX has. Finally, these push-outs are starting to gain a little bit more value. This is how they have to work the map. Trailblazer, of course, Forsaken expecting pressure on the back of that. A lot of times the Trailblazer is going to be something that's going to lead the way for a potential hit, but T1 just seeing Forsaken thinks, well, he can gate crash out anyway. Why would we want to potentially risk it? You know, we know that PRX has been setting up for these bait and switches. Let's take a little bit more time here before we go. It could just be a timed hit. See if they can catch PRX being a little bit impatient, but all the information on the map, I would start to think that PRX has a pretty decent idea that this is going to be A. I mean, you've had no contact A or B, or I mean, excuse me, mid or B. So certainly, but PRX still looks confused. It looks like they think they might have peeled off and are sitting in sewers or something like that.
Oh, well, that's helpful.
Yep.
Okay, that's going to be the go button here for the side of T1 as Divide. Find Izu on the entrance. Full flash there on a Forsaken. Pulls back into elbow for the time being. Saya player, snappy. Make a connection there with Divide. Mowing down 3. Can't quite find Saya, but that's fine for them. Forsaken will be able to get the clean up as well. Dimensional drift back online. PRX still hanging in there. They get themselves up to 4. And like you said, 7-5 wouldn't be a bad half for them considering how dominant and widely has been for T1.
Yeah, no. I think 7-5, you're actually pretty happy with this scoreline for PRX. You know, it looked like it could go really sideways really fast. But this round, Divide just great timing to peek around that corner, find the entry, and then they line up for him. He's not going to miss those. So, you know, when PRX seems to need a spark of energy, when they need somebody to stabilize for them, it's often Divide. He's often the one who can pick the big kills.
Well, Forsaken is swinging out, taking down side player, not affected at all by any of that Yoru utility. See something? I mean, I think he actually wants to move forward, but he can't afford to do it. Another kill this early into the round would just be catastrophic for them. Early clear on that Trailblazer, but still concerned that it might have spotted out Mind Freak's forward position. He'll be pulling back. Sends up a smoke to try and dissuade any further push in towards B.
PRX reading this pretty well. They're expecting this to be hit. The pings came down, the smoke came through, and they're going to use that to try to just get up close and personal.
The Jets so close to each other without really knowing it. Meanwhile, back over at B, thank you very much for the picture-in-picture.
Like that.
Spot there as Carpe gets taken down, but Mondian gets traded. Cosmic Divide now going to be invested. Mind Freak still at back sight. Izu starting to inch forward, but I mean, Carpe, or side player rather, he's calling that the rotation happened. He's trying to drag the team over towards A site, and they're going to do just that.
Yeah, this is really good communications here for the side of T1, recognizing that the other side of the map was going to be a little bit more open, hoping that the Cosmic Divide invested would buy you a little bit extra time, but
30 seconds
PRX relatively aware of this. Divide's already over here.
And now something he's got to push out even further because those nebulas start spawning at his speed. He wraps around, but Divide gets himself up and towards heaven, drops down, spots Rossi for a brief little moment. Strit pushing forward and still managing to find the headshot. The jiggle out, just trying to get the timing, trying to get that headshot lined up. Speaking of timing, T1 running out of it.
10 seconds
Finding
left.
one, a tap onto the plant, something up over the top. He's got the shorty! And he nearly gets the 180 mid-air to take him down, but Rossi plants his feet, shuts him out, and it's going to be 8-4 at the half with T1 way out in front.
Gotta like what you're seeing here from T1. Their ability to adapt to this comp so quickly and so effectively was truly impressive. And the way that they were able to read the map, maneuver around, find some really good opportunities. Again, match PRX in terms of their speed and their decisiveness. That's something that very few teams have had success with in the past. So certainly, gotta like what you're seeing. But again, this is gonna be where this PRX comp is really supposed to pick up steam, really supposed to pick up momentum, is gonna be on this Tacker side. You've got to expect it. You've got some crazy executes dialed up where you've got the Jet and the Raze dashing in. Like, let's say on B site, you can dash to pillar on one side, the Raze can go to the other, Yoru can TP somewhere, who God only knows where he's gonna send those things. So it's gonna be pretty chaotic here for T1, so they're gonna need a lot of that awareness, a lot of that quickness that they displayed at times in that previous half. So, I mean, I wouldn't want to face this triple duelist comp against PRX. It cannot be comfortable.
He's collecting his tickets, collecting his wristbands.
He wants a win.
This guy's been here, been coming to the games for a while. See that dedication, as well as a significantly more riled up crowd.
They were fired up outside earlier before the event. They were loud. I mean, you could hear them.
They were lined up Probably
hours.
I think 3 hours before I left my house.
Yeah, yeah. I saw Jake Shin posting pictures that
Yeah.
the line was long.
I was like, damn, everybody's already there to the venue. I'm rolling out of bed right now. I'm about to get in the shower, get in my car, get ready to drive over there. Love to see it. Now, though, first pistol round went the way of T1. They double up in those figures here as
Blinded.
flash over the top. Carpe getting some information, but not quite as tell-all as they would like. Gate crash in the meantime set up just alongside that screen's entry.
Nice.
Forsaken winning the opening fight. Gets the catch on to Carpe, swoops through, trying to spot the rest of the site. Now they know that it's clear. Spike can be planted as Mind Freak looks to hold the back line where this double push through sewers
Spike
getting ready to come through.
planted.
Scratch that, make it a triple.
Yeah, this is a lot of pressure. Going to be on Mind Freak here. If he can get one, that'd be great. Two would be phenomenal.
Timing on the check. Takes a hell of a lot of damage now, seeing the push coming through, and he can't offer up anything more. He's able to take him down. The 4v4. Forsaken, however, just shooting through, finds one, but side player comes in from behind,
enemy
manages to
remaining.
get the catch. Something will be able to take down Execute as well. As it's just now Rossi trying to see if he can get anything done. Time dwindling, look for the snappy headshot. Eventually does manage to stabilize and find Monyet, but still a lot more work to be dealt or to be done. He doesn't have the time to do so. Something will be able to get another kill here in the round as PRX tie up the pistol round win. They pick up their 5th overall.
Yeah, some really interesting decision-making here from both teams. PRX gets hit by the guiding light early and just decides to just keep kind of 5-manning it slowly. It isn't really anything pacey here. They aren't using the jet utility. They aren't using blast packs initially to get onto the site. And then Forsaken finds that opener, and they can just kind of stroll in because it got left open. The guiding light ping doesn't send any reinforcements over from T1. You're not exactly sure in that moment. Is it just one player? Is it just two players? You know, you have no idea. That is all 5 of PRX that are there, and they're going to try it again.
They are. Oh,
Oh.
he's going to be spotted nice and early. Time players swing out on
Oh.
ramp, take him down.
Nice.
And a blink and you miss it. Explosion
Gila,
of death.
Mind Freak.
Everyone's dead in the blink
Gila
of an eye.
bangku. Gila,
And,
gila,
PRX
gila,
win the
gila,
round.
gila.
There you go. That's a PRX round. Right
All
there.
right, let's roll the replay.
Please?
'Cause, I mean, they had the right stack read.
I think Mind Freak TP's in here. Oh, they just
One,
walk out in front of him. Yeah.
And there's 3.
Okay. They just walk out
Guys,
into it.
dingin, dingin.
That's the other thing with this comp you got to remember. Not only do you have the
Ketiga
jet
tetap
dashes, you have
kalem,
the blast
anjir.
packs, you have the gate crash with Forsaken, you have the TP with Mind Freak as well. They're going to be all over the place. It is going to be so hard, potentially, to keep track of them. Anya just taking a little bit of space early. Not going to be contested easy.
Oh.
Oh, he's ready for it.
Yeah, just rushes up. Does take a little bit of spam damage there from Monyet, but overall, it'll be worse for Ware. A little bit more through the box. Boombot going forward. It's going to get cleared out, so get rid of the gate crash as well. PRX, I mean, they're in a forward committed position now. I don't really think they can try to back out of this one, but they don't need
Nice.
to. Forsaken just barrels through them. 3 quick kills into the mask, into the dimensional drift. Looking for the rest of them. He's on for an ace, but I don't know if Rossi and Carpe are going to even be able to try to give him the time of day. Push forward,
Aduh,
Carpe
kalah
is able to
dapat.
find Divine. Now that they bring it into a 2v2.
Nice.
Standing.
Another 1v2. See if Rossi can work his
Ayo,
magic.
Heaven.
Toxins going up.
Just bananas what Forsaken
Toxins
can get away
screen
with.
down.
They just kind of walk and line up for it. They're trying to peek together to try to shut down that push. It's the right idea, it's just the wrong angle.
Flopped in. Rossi trying to get in there before he can bloom. But just can't quite get that crosshair trained on Mind Freak. So he manages to stand his ground. Swapping around the weapons here. PRX suddenly 3 rounds consecutively converting a bonus like T1 did before them. Find themselves just 1 round away from tying this up.
Ding, 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 ding.
I mean,
Remaining.
again, you can see that at the beginning of the round, there is some awareness of this pacey, W key gaming style that PRX is going to play. Izu has been really good in these moments at handling some of the initial pressure, but it's just that one kind of missed timing there from T1. The stars align for Forsaken, and we've already seen it once in this map. Now he's done it again.
Toxin screen
He's given the
down.
opportunity to get multi-kills off of just a crouch spray, holding an angle.
Call going to be made as Rossi says, guys, I need some assistance. Backs away,
Screen down.
Yeah.
screens in for a moment. Wants to try to get a catch on anybody pushing up into the smoke, but it seems like PRX not really going to bite on that one. Instead, we'll just full corral into the site. And just given T1's rotations through sewer consistently in this map thus far. I have to suspect that they're going to be very well aware of this, so Forsaken for now, just going to be posted up on that line. Ready to try to intercept anybody. As the creep up comes through. There's the first Carpe. Wow, that headshot managing to find one. Extra puts that Guardian to use, managing to come up with a kill of his own. Still though, 3 players alive. Rossi finding Mind Freak, and things are starting to unravel here for PRX. Double flash in towards something, trying to stop it. The paint shells as well thrown, but they're just so low. Divine gets Rossi at the same time.
Mantap.
Bloody, a hell of a lot closer than we might have anticipated given the thrifty attempt, but it is PRX winning the round, and now tying it at 8-8.
Yeah, I mean, PRX is anticipating this, and T1 still almost makes it happen just off their gunplay. Carpe is so good with those sheriffs. That is one of his calling cards for sure, is his ability to utilize those one-tap weapons to great effect. He's been tremendous. And
trying to jazz him up.
yeah, they're getting there. You can
Anjir,
never
gue baru sadar.
count PRX out. Slow starts don't mean a darn thing to their mentality. They do it all the damn time.
I mean, just look at this though. The conditioning, they go over to the A side consistently, and now they just shift it up, go to B. Extra, however, looking forward, not taking the bait on that fake out. Now decides to strike, managing to find 2. Can't get the transfer over to the 3rd. Brother v brother. For a second comes out on top, and that tool is Divide hits Izu, intercepting him in mid. They have an operator invested into this round. T1, do they even try to go for this?
Dar.
Oh, they certainly do now.
Kena
Showstopper,
dah.
however, from Monyet. Forcing them back down the stairs. He's holding it for the moment. We'll just let this go. Won't find any value from it, but he buys time. 2v2. Divide. Push back over towards garage. Side player catching a pixel out of
One
position
enemy
there.
remaining.
Rossi
Last
finding the other.
player standing.
Now it's Sayat versus Monyet. The lob in on the paint shells to zone him out. He's swinging around the backhand side. Side player not ready for this
Nice.
one
Nggak
at all.
lihat
Monyet will pick
ya.
up the 3K to close out the round and give PRX the lead.
Great bait and switch there from Monyet. Really nice stuff here from PRX. This time, finally, we're seeing one of those explosive, utilizing those maneuverability plays that you were kind of anticipating with this triple duelist comp. And it's Divide on the lurk that catches the big kill onto Izu to
Jaya.
keep his Raze from having any impact on that round. Nice pull on the showstopper. Yeah, you don't get any kills, but you bought a lot of extra time potentially, and especially with the Viper still in play, you want to buy time for Divide to get into a position where you can potentially use the snake bites and things like that to delay the post plants. So even though it doesn't come down to that, the ideas are really solid right now for PRX. And yeah, you've got to pump the brakes here as T1. You've got to figure out how you can slow this down.
The rally back has just been immense. I mean, what, 5 rounds in a row now in this second half. So that's going to be all of our timeouts used before either team can make it to double digits.
Yeah, it's been all PRX the entire half. And that's got to get a little bit concerning. I mean, again, you're also in a similar position though as T1, right, where you don't have a Sentinel, so it's hard for you to slow some of these hits down without making contact, without getting into the faces of PRX and actually trying to out-gunplay them. And few teams can make that happen. Now, you do have some really good ults here for T1 to maybe go for those contact plays and find success with the Bladestorm and the Showstopper.
Well, the last thrifty attempt was a pretty damn close one here for the side of T1. We'll see if this can have a similar effect. The side player will have the knives. Showstopper is there for Izu as well. Now just going to be popping these, but not looking for the jump, not looking for a big 4 or 5 man stack push from T1. Everybody just fanned out across the map, playing this one out very patiently.
Man, look how deep this star is.
Okay, there's a jump in.
Oh my god.
The timing on the flash, absolutely gorgeous. Extra still able to find
Nice,
Monyet, but
something.
Forsaken takes out Carpe.
Second.
Something gets the enemy Astra. Side player now swinging around from behind. Managed to make his way through here, but they are still noting this, especially as the jumps and the cloudbursts come down. They know exactly who's there.
Chasing Ghosts is Saya player. He's expecting somebody to play right around this corner.
In the meantime, Divide getting ready around the corner up towards Mail. Rossi is looking for it. It's point blank range. So that Stinger can find value, and it does. Izu also able to find something. There's the showstopper. Doesn't go deep enough. He could have had them both. Izu, that could end up costing him the round because he's not able to find the headshot there with the Guardian. Rossi, however, finds Forsaken. Pushing in, knew that they were both in.
Nice.
Gets the headshot again. Such a strong effort here from T1. But if Izu, if he's able to adjust that showstopper a little bit more, that would have been the round done and dusted.
I mean, just unreal timing from Forsaken on that gate crash to get out of the way of this showstopper. He knew it was coming. and he set that up as a bait. I mean, he's just so brilliant on Yoru. He's just absolutely one of the best in the world.
Come on, William.
Oh boy.
I love this. That we get to listen to the PaperX comms in between rounds.
Especially when you have a brother on the opposite side of the stage.
That's true. That's true. You gotta taunt the older brother, no doubt about it.
I mean, we've seen the success of the brothers over in EMEA as well.
True.
And now they're on opposing sides. It's Forsaken spotting him out. Paint Shell's coming down. He's trying to jump out, but a little too aggressive. Rossi ready for that one. Something does manage to find the kill, however. Taking him down now, looking to entry down onto the site. As the flashes come flying, carving around the box. Eventually does fall. It's actually Moniette coming up with the kill. And at the end of it all, 2 for 1 as Devi looks to try to get the catch here in mid. Tries to readjust the spray. Izu managing to stay alive. Oh boy. Whiffy is all help from something. Trying to get the catch. Brings us now into a 2v2. Saya player, however, still holds on to that operator. Mind Freak TP's into garage. Doesn't spot anything. Izu makes his presence known here. Up in heaven.
Clearing right underneath sight.
He's trying to clear out this box, but
Yeah.
Paint Shell's kind of
They were a
missing out
little
on that
short.
opportunity.
Yep.
Moniette just holding Batsai, not looking for it. Walks right into the crosshair. Now it's all on Izu. Swinging back around by freaking heaven. There with the crossfire. And so far, that second half round win continues to elude T1. 7 consecutively now as PaperX get themselves up to 11.
Well, you expected it to be good, and it certainly has been great on this attacker side for PaperX. No slowing down here. Tough position for Izu, trying to guess where Moniette is hiding. He's actually just right by the spike. On the site itself, not behind that box that he maybe was anticipating. Maybe had a read in some previous VODs or something that was the box that Moniette liked to hide behind, but this time around, not going to be the case. Something going exploring. Do have Saya playing anti-flash around that corner now. Starting to work around the edges of the smoke. Rossi catches a glimpse.
Get that fight down, gets the vulnerable. That allows for him to come out on top, taking down Devi. Big crash now, pushing forward. The flash not even deep enough to actually catch him, but Forsaken still pushing through the wall. Comes up with a kill. Side player puts that judge to use. Finds wrapping back around over towards this A site. Catches the enemy Yoru and gives T1 a man advantage and their best chance at closing out a round since this half began. Swing out, Mind Freak still getting tagged down to just barely any HP. It should be an inevitability right now. They need from Moniette to try to hold the line. The swing in, he's spotted. Rotates objects in behind and cannot find Carpe. T1 will break the winning streak. Themselves back into the driver's seat, at least for a round as they hand this over to Carpe for the defuse. Now it's just 2 rounds separating.
Yeah, and this time around, they're able to anticipate the pressure a lot better. Saya player doing a good job holding the top of the ramp, not giving anything up there. On the site, Rossi, fantastic work, doing a lot of damage. And then Saya able to sneak around that corner with that judge, put it to good use. Not checking it, a little unaware. Were PaperX. Now, Devi with a pit. KIRI does have his Cosmic Divide.
Something with a shorty.
Something, well, that's a given. He's got a Blade Storm in his shorty. It's a day that ends with Y, so, something's going to have a shorty, no doubt about it.
Okay, well, the site itself is open. Saya player looking for the shot. And she manages to find it. Wow. Something just not lining them up here. Site still going to be taken by PaperX, but they're not aware that this is completely empty otherwise, so still are taking their time trying to move up, worried about that potential deep lurk, back screen, or an elbow.
But look where Moniette got. He's way in spawn.
But no one's rotating towards him. So he needs to be the one to go and backstab. Could still push up in towards heaven, but actually maybe Rossi is going to end up walking right into him.
Do they know that he went back here is the real question.
Oh, Mind Freak. Spots 1. That's all he's going to be able to get. Izu pushing up, and Rossi does find him. Seemed like he was very well aware that somebody could have taken that position. He has flushed him out. Hit invested. Devi and Forsaken to try to hold the line as the gate crash comes in behind, and Forsaken is ready for it. Takes out Izu, looks for his brother. Can't finish him off, though. It's Grit. Holds it. Saya player. The classic comes through to get rid of the enemy Viper. And now it's 1 round separating. 11 to 10. T1 keeping it neck and neck.
Now T1 is really starting to get a good feel for how this is all going to go down. Good read by Rossi. Such great communication and awareness here from T1 to know that there's a player back there. He was expecting it the whole way. So, by the way, he's peeking that angle. Just a little bit of a drive-by there. Just slowly, methodically flushing Devi out of the backside of that Viper's pit. And Forsaken, when he TP's out, it doesn't fool anyone. They're ready for him. This takes us, you know, an extra man to get the job done. So this is just so smart from T1.
The triple stacking ramp. They check it towards Heaven. Showstopper going forward, not spotting anything here on the site. Again, it's going to be right off to them that it is clear. Forsaken in the meantime, dead, lurking outside. B site over in garage.
Spike planted.
Heals found, but obviously that Showstopper gone. Monyet just going to get posted up. There it screens, judge in hand. This would get PRX up to map point. T1 though, a chance to steal this away, get this back under their control, take PRX's map pick away from them. Boombot for now. Izu, one charge off that Showstopper. Gonna be instrumental if he finds it as something. It's a full flash to the face. Izu now in onto the spike, looking for the fuse. He's held at the half. Mindfreak coming up with two. Gets off that spike. Izu puts down the buy. Showstopper in hand. He built it up. He puts him down. And with the defuse, T1 tie it up 11-11.
Oh, just phenomenal stuff now. T1 starting to win those individual battles on the flanks of the map. Starting to open up the space, give them the opportunity to set up for these retakes. Really start winning some tough fights. But if you lose Forsaken, if you lose him on those edges, that's a lot of your flashes gone. The only thing you have left is the paranoia, and that was already invested. So here, all you have is the smokes and the phenomenal gunplay and maneuverability that PRX can employ, but T1's just better. And the Izu that time, not gonna miss his Showstopper. Now Forsaken does have this Dimensional Drift. You have all 5 members setting up for this A hit. Dimensional Drift is gonna come out right away. Saya player gonna be spotted, gonna be backed off by utility. Paint shells invested. Make sure that they can get this site, get the plant down.
Sees him once again. Just a fake out. Saya trying to make his exit, safely gets around the corner. Life is intact. Close angle though. Swinging around. They will be forced back. They have to respect this operator. Monyet looks to try to hold here in Heaven. Cosmic Divide going to be invested. That going to try to push them forward here with Monyet finding one. Jumps back behind the wall. Keeps himself alive and in the fight. Here for Forsaken, but the shorty wins it out. Saya player finding one before getting traded out. Mindfreak comes up with the kill. On the dash, Rossi finds something to get Monyet taken out. Divide trying to hold here at backside. He's in the corner now, and they can't stop him. Divide with 3 means absolutely nothing as T1 take the round away. The wall was everything for their win.
Just such a beautiful Cosmic Divide for so many reasons here for T1. One, it cuts off all of PRX, completely denies their vision on how T1 is trying to attempt this retake. And then the follow-up is it gives them enough of a corner on the plant that you cannot spam through it. You have to get like right on top of Carpe to stop it. That's got Extra fired up.
Unreal, and now we're here at map point. T1 looking to take this one away from PRX with Ascent on the horizon. Nade out a little bit of damage found over at B. There's T1 looking to get aggressive themselves. Seeker's now going to be let loose, and that is going to tell the full story here. PRX's positions as they clear this out. Something in a rough spot. Might have to dash across, but he's not given the opportunity. Monyet's going to be taken down simultaneously. Execrate so quick on the trade back. Not allowing for that counter swing to come into play. Nebula set up. Execrate makes his exit back through Ramen out to safety. As Mindfreak now going to be TPing forward here onto the site. Rossi, the shorty held.
Spike planted.
Checks close. The snake bite coming down. Forsaken now reading that as Mindfreak gets himself up into Heaven. Plays off the back of the flash, trying to peek in. So there's a swing out. Rossi caught with utility hand and Mindfreak managing to find 2. Suddenly we find ourselves now in a 3v3 as PRX trying to take this into overtime. Push in the backside. Izu gone. They know that he's an elbow.
Oh,
it is not
my God.
How I love you. 12-12. We're going to overtime.
Unreal, full flash. Just spray
let's
it down.
go.
The fade away from Forsaken. And what a map he's had so far. 25, 18, and 5 on the Yoru. Mindfreak having a whale of a map as well. Is that Yoden? that I'm going to be seeing potentially on the defender side here.
Woo!
Or the side of PRX. We'll see if he keeps it, but he full flashed. Just knew he had the crosshair placement, trusted in his own instincts. Gets that kill, and what a setup there to get Mind Freak up on top and get that spray down. Completely befuddles T1, not expecting it at all. Okay, no Odin, but there is an operator for Saya.
Going for the glass cannon. He's been clean with it so far. T1 now back here on the attack. Trying to see if they can rework some of that magic we were seeing from them in that first half. It's Forsaken. She forward here into the smoke, but it's such a heavy stack. There's a flash out. He manages to transfer on a 2. Gate crash out the safety. Forsaken may have just stolen this round from right in front of T1's eyes.
How does that work? How do you get away with that?
Because you're Forsaken.
Yeah, only him.
Mind Freak now tucked away in backside. Puts himself up onto the box. This is such an aggressive position to take as the smoke dissipates. Forsaken finds a third. Carpe. The operator in hand. I've seen him clutch many a time with a sniper in hand, but this one I think might be a bridge too far, but have I spoken too soon? Seeker's now built up Divine, getting himself over here towards the site. Everything to do, swings aggressively over top of the snake bite. Vulnerable down to 55. Something on the corner, and Divine in heaven above him. It seems like such an impossible position, and it is. Carpe will go down, and PRX will get themselves up to match point.
I mean, this flash just not expected at all by T1. I mean, one of their players had to hide behind the box because he got full flashed as well. Up and in, and they're just like trying to get out of there, and they can't do anything. Unbelievable.
Dude, I spilled the water. Fuck.
Wow. Now the PRX get up to map point for the first time. T1, Autumn calling a timeout to try to get this reset, get them back into the driver's seat. You gotta think that he's just, good God, guys. We haven't been able to talk in like 10 rounds. Stuff's been going wild. I got a lot to get off my mind here.
I mean, now it really has to work because that was a defender side round win for PRX. That's the side they struggled with much more. It felt like in a lot of ways. So certainly it did go to overtime, so it wasn't that big of a difference. At the end of the day, you really, really need to dial up something special here. Make sure you're ready for PRX's aggression. See if you can really shut this down. And looks to me like they're setting up for an A hit. A couple stars down already, expecting some kind of pressure. Try to gravity well at the front door of the site. Smoke off the ramp potentially, but KIRI gonna invest a lot of stars. 2 for himself on the B site. Seen him double smoke off of that to try to play protection, because that is potentially where the pressure is gonna be. Right outside of garage, PRX.
Last pack in for the quick peek. KIRI. Reinforced by Carpe as the Nebula comes up here backside. Shorty in hand there from something, goes up and over. Swiftly delivered to death, but KIRI.
Spike down B.
We'll find 2. The lob in, the spray.
Jeez.
Mind Freak comes away with it now into a 3v3. Fly going on a very deep lurk. Nade interrupting. It's a bit of damage there on Amaniet. Rossi, he has spotted him. Out-ratting the rat. Gives T1 a man advantage. Mind Freak and Moniette now. Eminem, they're trying to close out this round and win the map.
No utility to speak of. Just a teleport.
So right here at the top of the rope. And now it all falls to the newest member of PRX. 1v3 clutch to finish it. Otherwise, T1 tying us again and extending this OT. He's pushing out, spotting one. Izu taking a bit of damage. He's looking for more. Last back. He doesn't reset the aim. T1 will get the defuse, and they will keep us in this map.
I was gonna say, where have we seen this before with Moniette? With that pillar, but he was playing a very different agent. This time around, not going to be able to come through with the heroic clutch on split, as we saw in the previous season. I love the way KIRI plays this, because it's the same smoke setup that he had the last time they pressured him on that side, but he changed angles. He went to the back of site, not playing on site instead, and that confused PRX enough that it took a little bit to displace him. There's the Odin, I was wondering.
Well, now that they're on the defender side, he's going to bring this one out. I mean, Forsaken has worked miracles with this gun at internationals. You think about him on Pearl, mowing down 3 people.
Jeez, yeah.
Flash out, the rush forward.
Nice.
Something waiting within the smoke, however, shuts out Side Player very swiftly. Boombot cleared. He wants to re-peek. Swing.
Nice.
Oh my God!
Nuh-uh.
He's waking up.
Golly.
Boombot cleared, but map control very firmly in the hands of PRX.
There.
Yeah, they just do such a good job here. I mean, what do you do against that? What do you do against something when he's that fast? That very few players in the world can handle that play. That's almost unbeatable.
Just grinds everything to a halt here from T1. Staying quiet. Pack mentality. The buy on the jiggle does get punished. Kill found. Snake bite to try and stop any push coming out of stairs. As it looks like widely they're going to cut their way back over towards this A side, slowly creeping down the vents, but Monyet does arrive, but
30 seconds
Double
left.
trying to see what kind of rotations have we drawn out. They work their way back over, now towards B. Something tucked away just below Heaven. Star coming in, swing onto the corner. Izu caught something, unable to find the kill. This put Rossi down to 75. It's Mind Freak now TPing around the opposite side of the pillar. Execute there,
10
time
seconds
dwindling.
left.
They're going to have to go for this plant. They're going to have to stick forward. Spray, connecting, Forsaken, finding it, and that's going to be the round 1. They don't have to do anything else. Aside from not die. Monyet will get one. They're on the back end. As we continue to go blow for blow, PRX once again at map point.
And
let's go, let's go, let's
loves to play with smokes, to get aggressive inside of them, and the layered smokes in mid allows something to pick up the first. The second is just God tier. Just God tier play. Again, what do you do against that? And he's ready for the follow-up. And I like the way T1 plays this, though, in the mid-round. I like that they do the double pump, because for PRX, without the ability to get info easily, they have to kind of gamble on which side they're going to be playing, and you can see they're already shifting their weight towards the A side. Now, Operator again, glass cannon for Saya, up and over is something.
And spotted him, knows that he's going to be up there on the rafter. Quite not deep enough to really get Saya, but matter. Rotates across it, needs some damage, but he gets the follow-up shot. Forsaken going to be punished after Rossi ends up falling. Izu now catching something. The spike stuck up in Heaven. With both remaining players here from PRX down on the side itself. Mind Freak wanting to clear the corner. And let's keep it going. 14-14. T1 reset us again.
Switching
Yeah,
sides.
now we're getting to see
Overtime.
that Saya player we know and love. The Operator so strong in his hands. And able to put it to such great use there. Able to avoid that initial pressure. Find some nice angles. Get some big kills to open this one up. Saw something go up there. Forsaken was up there as well, trying to come down. And it's a really nice piece of work from Saya player. We're back to even Stevens. Odin once again here
Caution.
for PRX on this defender side. There was a moment where T1 heard it fire in the previous affair.
Oh, Izu. Full blind,
What?
but they didn't realize that he was behind the box. Ends up getting taken down. Divide with a nice lurk forward. Does mention gets execute over on ramp, but then getting taken out by Rossi over at main. Forsaken, however, the Odin hath arrived. Comes up with 2 quick kills. TPs himself up into heaven. Can't redraw that massive weapon before Saya player gets him in the head.
Disgusting. Great awareness from Saya player. Goodness.
Now the 2v2. Freaking screens something approaching from main. They make eye contact for a brief moment, and now side player turns sights back over and turns away. He still managed to get the shot.
Nice!
Guns them both down. Doesn't know where the hell the spike is playing, but doesn't matter. He's got all the time in the world. Collect yourself, take a breath.
Oh,
Get ready to go again.
he's so fast. He's so fast here to get this double. And this looks like it might be problematic until the Odin. Just again, once again, another one where T1 just gets caught lining up, and that is so nasty, Mind Freak. Goodness. They're just unbelievable. The way that it looks like a round is about to completely slip away from PRX. and then they just find that perfect moment, that perfect angle, that perfect timing to completely turn things around. And an opportunity here once again for PRX to shut it down, but this one feels like maybe we're not done. I don't know.
Well, this is why we see the timeout called here from Alex. Has been holding on to this ever since OT began. But given that they've been struggling to get those round wins, as soon as they shift off back onto that attacker side, it's time to intervene now. Try to give them a solid game plan to finish this map.
Certainly, you know, you got to feel like if PRX has their defender side figure out, it's only a matter of time before the sand in the hourglass runs out for T1. But we'll see. They've got that glass cannon once again. Last time that worked a treat for a Saya player. This time he's shifting over to the B side. You've got XCurate along with Carpe up on A. So a lot of ability to, again, try to shut down some of these fast hits. The stars are placed. Try to keep things in place, and they might try to make a play at ramps. We'll see.
They allowed for a side play to get an immense amount of value last time he had the op in hand. This time, though, he's posted up on the opposite side of the map. Monyet going for the entry. Grafwell looking to try and delay. No one down on the site there to receive this aggression. You can see side play. He's still anticipating that lurk that Dubai has been going for is still going to be coming through, or Forsaken is going to be trying to rotate around, having set up a gate crash. But just now, the call comes in for him to rotate.
It's these screen holds again.
But he's watching for it, and as the smoke dissipates, more often than not, Saya's going to be good for at least one, and right now, there's a couple players lined up. Something, however, entering up into heaven finds Rossi, taking down the enemy Viper. A lot of that flush-out utility with Snakebite's now going to be gone. Saya does get his mark. Monyet taken down, flicks over, finds Forsaken. And keeps them in this round. The drop down, crossfire set up, something gone. Now it's all on the Saya player. And he just doesn't have the time. It's not going to happen. Not like this. Down to 7. Freak will finish him off. And PRX 16-14 will take the opening map here in playoffs over T1.
Yeah, and in this last round, giving him a little bit of space, trying to play for retake. PRX just having none of it. The phenomenal crossfire setup towards heaven really just shuts things down, and PRX manages to get the triple duelist to go. Who else? Who else?
And if you told me coming into today, Forsaken, he's going to drop over 30 in the opening map versus T1, I'd be like, really? Playing Sky? That's kind of crazy. And then you told me Yoru, I'd be like, I see it now.
Yeah.
You know what?
Yeah.
We're aligned. I'm
with that.
understanding. But good God, I mean, no one could have seen this coming at all. And I've got to say, props to T1 for handling it really well in that first half and also running this really closely, because going up against PRX in general, it's hard to find your footing, but they stuck in this one. But now we have their map pick up a set, getting ready to come up. First, we'll draw it back over the desk, though, to break down all of the crazy lunacy we just witnessed.
Pacific, are you not entertained by the very first game of today in the semifinals? That was incredible. It got a little personal on stage. If you guys saw that, Forsaken started taunting his brother. Then XCurate, Cosmic divided their win streak and brought it over to an overtime. That was insanity.
It really just
My heart's still like, oh my goodness.
At some point,
What
she
is
like
happening?
stopped analyzing the game and just went like full on PRX fan mode. Asura's just like cheering for T1.
All right. It got personal on stage. It got personal on the desk.
You got
Things were flying
by hand warmers.
You didn't see it on camera. But
Who are you rooting for?
T1.
Yeah. Get out of here. I mean, T1 was fantastic, though.
Yeah.
Saya player on the op was, you know, honestly, if Coach Alex did not call that timeout at the very end and find a way to push past Saya's op, I don't know. This could have kept going for a really long time.
Yeah, there was a risk reward to how PRX actually did that. So if, again, you know, our viewers were noticing a lot of PRX's pushes on that A site specifically were built to push up until as much as possible the spawn of T1, because they were kind of banking on the fact that Saya player, if he's not going to be on the A site, his impact with the operator is going to be so far from that A site to defuse it that it's not going to be arriving in time, and so they can just deal with the other players of T1. And T1, on that very last round, as we saw, were starting to panic. They were like, we need to push this. We already have the numbers advantage, and then they started...
Spike.
Yes, they just started dwindling because they couldn't wait for Saya anymore.
Yeah, and then at that point, Saya was the last one left, but that's it. I mean, you can't not talk about how good he is. 19 first kills on the side of T1, and 8 of them came from Saya player himself. Meanwhile, PaperX, you know, they did what they could too, and well, maybe the first kills aren't quite as, you know, something that you want to compare with, but still, they managed to win on terms of strategies. And again, that's something that's always felt by Coach Alex's timeouts. He called 2 of them earlier on in the first half, very early on.
Very early on.
At round 9, both of them were expended, but you can feel the impact of it. So, although the first half ended at like an 8-4, they managed to come back on their attacking side, and that's because of Forsaken's Yoru. The Yoru is back. I love it. It's always great. The triple duelist was kind of like nervous about, but this.
You know, someone
is
from
awesome.
the Korean caster, Songjay, came to me. Came to us. He was like, "Was this a mistake? Was this a real comp?" I was like, "Yes. Well, it's PaperX.
Off-season April Fool's joke?
Triple duelists. I mean, they're always cooking. But you're right. Seeing Forsaken back on the Yoru is very exciting. We wanted it so much last year, so I'm glad to see it back. But Izu too, I mean, look at him, like the rookie guy, not so rookie anymore.
Yeah.
I like the head-to-head of our stats is Forsaken and Xcurate. To be fair though,
Different roles.
Yeah, exactly. He's on, Xcurate is on that Astra, so he's not able to really influence the match as much as I think people want him to, because he left that in the hands of Saya player and Izu that were on that duelist